Hi, my name is Robin Wong. In this video, I want to share 5 tips on how to get the best color settings for your Olympus OM-D cameras. If you have followed my photography journey this far, you will know that I appreciate color, I love color photography, and I've been shooting mostly in color even for my street photography. My goal of shooting in color is to reproduce the slice of reality, to get the colors that's captured from the camera to be as close as what my eyes see in reality. Olympus OM-D cameras come with a lot of interesting settings that can help you to achieve that vision. Some of these settings are so hidden in the camera and not many people know about them. Therefore, I'm making this video to share these several tips to help you to improve your color photography game. Let's get started. Tip number 1, find adjustment for auto white balance. For most of the photography that I do, for my commercial work as well as personal photography, I use mostly auto white balance. I rely on the camera's auto white balance to get the white balance as close as neutral. Then if I need to, I will make some minor adjustments when I deal with it in post-processing. However, the Olympus OM-D cameras allows you to fine-tune your auto white balance. I don't use manual white balance because my photography requires me to move to different spots very quickly. So as the light changes, the white balance changes as well. The Olympus cameras come with 2 additional fine adjustment settings along with the auto white balance to fine-tune the color. These 2 colors are amber and green. To activate the fine adjust for auto white balance, go to the super control panel, make sure that your white balance is auto, and next to the white balance setting you have the A and G fine-tune settings. A refers to amber, G refers to green. Go into them and you'll see A, the color is amber, G, the color is green. If I add +7 to the amber channel, the image will be a lot warmer. This is just a fine adjustment. The auto white balance engine will try its best to neutralize the colors as much as possible, and you can further use this to fine-tune the adjustment if the camera doesn't give you what you want. So if I take away the amber color, if I -7 amber, of course it will be a lot cooler. Let's just return this to 0. If I go to the green channel now, we use this if we are dealing with fluorescent lights or LED lights that may have green cast or purple cast. If your photo has a purple cast, a +7, you add the green cast to neutralize the purple color. Similarly, if your photograph has too much green cast, then you can of course take away the green cast and neutralize the color. I think that this can be very useful. And I always try my best to get my white balance as close as I can to the results that I want to achieve so that I will have minimal work when it comes to post-processing. Tip number 2, Color Creator. Color Creator was one of the creative controls that was introduced in the original Olympus OM-D EM1. Since then, every single Olympus Micro Four Thirds cameras, OM-D and pan cameras have Color Creator built in. The Color Creator allows you to add a layer of color cast onto the current image. You can select the color that you want to add onto the image, as well as the intensity or saturation of that additional color layer. All this can be done in camera and previewed live through your viewfinder or LCD screen while you are shooting. I think Color Creator can be useful if you want to emphasize a certain mood into your image. And you can control how much color you want to add onto it. It doesn't have to be too heavy or looks completely unnatural. To find the Color Creator, go to the Super Control panel again. In the Super Control panel, go to the picture mode. In my picture mode, here it's natural at the moment. I will find Color Creator. Once you have Color Creator, in the Color Creator, go down to the color wheel and vivid, press OK, you'll come to this color wheel. With this color wheel, you can use the front dial to select the color that you want to adjust. Say I want to add a funky pink purple color. And the rear dial, the back dial of your camera, can be used to adjust the intensity of the color. You may reduce or add saturation to your image. say that you want to go back to the original setting without any adjustments from the color creator, all you have to do is press and hold the OK button, and the image will be back to where it was before any adjustment is being made. Tip number 3, art filter partial color. Now, partial color was not really invented by Olympus. It can be found in a lot of other cameras as well. It is a feature to allow you to pick a singular color off the screen, and whatever color that is being selected will remain, while everything else will be either desaturated or turned into black and white. I think partial color used creatively can be very interesting and can create some really amazing results. To activate partial color, go to the art filter. Under art filter, find partial color. You will see that there are 3 partial color settings. Partial color 1, the main color and the color that's related to it will be maintained in the image, while everything else is in black and white. Whereas for partial color 2, the main color that's selected will be maintained as well as the color that's related to it, but everything else will be desaturated. They are not black and white. For the partial color 3, only a very narrow band of the color that's selected will be maintained, while everything else is black and white. Let's just say I select partial color 1. Now I'm on green. Let's say I go to yellow. The yellow parts will be selected. We go red and orange. Right. And pretty much the color that you selectively choose will maintain in the image, while everything else is in black and white. If I go to partial color 2, now, even if I don't select the red color, let's say I go to green, you'll see that the shirt that the Robin Lego is wearing is red. It's still visibly red. It's just muted and desaturated. It's not purely black and white. So basically, you get a very muted color for the overall image, but the color that you select in partial color 2 will be maintained. Now, partial color 3 is a very narrow selection of color. Say now there's no pink in the image, so everything just appears black and white. Say that now I want to select green. You'll see that the green parts of the image is being maintained, while everything else is purely black and white. So only yellow, but everything else is black and white. See, there's even a very distinct selection between red and yellow. But hey, feel free to experiment with yourself. I think partial color can be very fun and add a lot of options to some color photography that you do. Tip number 4, picture mode natural. The picture mode in the Olympus OM-D cameras that I use most frequently is natural. The reason I select natural is to make sure that my images appear as natural looking as possible, as close to what my eyes see. If you go to Eye Enhance or Vivid, this will create very saturated and very intense looking images, to a point where if you have human subjects in your frame, the skin tone will look like they're overcooked prawns. Since a bulk of my photography deals with portraits and human subjects, I generally use natural. Sometimes I go to portrait where the camera will prioritize more natural looking skin tone. Tip number 5. Selective color adjust in Olympus Workspace. If you have shot your images in RAW, you can selectively increase a specific color in the image without affecting all the other color channels. For example, if you want that green color of the leaves to pop in your images, instead of meddling with saturation where it will just raise all the other colors that's in the frame, you can selectively adjust the specific green color through the green channel selected in the Color Adjust tab in the Olympus Workspace. The color adjust scheme is based on the color profile control in Olympus Pen F. And if you are using any newer Olympus camera models from Pen F onward, such as EM1 Mark II, EM5 Mark III, EM1X, EPL9, EPM10 Mark III, any newer cameras than Pen F, you will have the advantage of adjusting the color adjust in the Olympus Workspace. I personally use this in some situations where I want to make certain color pop in my images. For example, to deepen the blue color in the sky without affecting any other colors in the image. This is the Olympus Workspace. The color adjust can be found at the third tab from the left, the 3-circle icon here. Adjust color, expand the options. You can see that all these color options can be adjusted individually. For example, if I want to intensify the green color of the parsley leaves, I will just drag all the green related sliders and we will see a difference. You can see how much greener the leaves are now. I know this is extreme, I just want to make it really different so you can see the before and after. Let me show you another example. Say that I want to deepen the blue color in the sky. Then I'll drag all the blue colors on the sliders just to show you what kind of effect that we will get. Right, so before and after, you can see just the blue color is affected. I think this can be very useful in a lot of situations. Or say that you want to intensify the red color on the car. Then I'll just selectively increase the red colors and you'll see that we get a lot more red happening on the car. Right, let's just try to increase the red channel here. You see how much more red it is here. I'll just do one final example. Say in this situation, I want the yellow and the green color of the banana to pop. Then I'll just slide the related colors. You can see how much more yellow it is. And maybe I think that the blue shirt of this person doesn't match the color. So I'll reduce the blue color so that it doesn't distract our attention from the bananas. Let's just reduce a bit more. Then we can see the before and after effect. So I've reduced the blue and increased the saturation on the bananas itself. Bear in mind that I was only playing with the saturation. I haven't specifically gone into luminance and hue. These two can give you more latitude of adjustments when it comes to specific or very minor tweak on each and every color options. Unfortunately, again, as I've mentioned, this particular feature is only available for images on Olympus cameras from Olympus Pen F onward. Anything older than the Pen F, this particular feature will be grayed out. There you go. I have shared 5 tips on how to control colors on your Olympus OM-D cameras. I hope you have found some of these tips useful and you may apply them in your shooting process. I also have some tips to share when it comes to black and white photography. Please let me know in the comments below if you want to learn more about tips on how to shoot black and white with Olympus OM-D cameras. If you have any other tips to share about shooting color with Olympus OM-D, feel free to share and let me know in the comments below. I'm sure everyone else will benefit from your sharing as well. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to this channel. I will definitely see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.